How's it going, mates? This is Mrjacharles. We're back with Clannad, and what I suspect is the last episode for Kotomi Ichinose. I thought the last episode would be that, but I mean, I'm guessing that literally it just is not going to drag on for much longer. How can it? I mean, what are you going to do? Bring the fucking mum and dad back to from the dead? Wow, that was a bit of a mouthful. But like, well, here's the thing. Previously, we had this voice say, Ichinose-san, I finally found you. Who the fuck is that going to be? And also, what the hell's wrong with my hair? But who the hell could that possibly be? Is it going to turn out that fucking Kyo's pig can actually speak? I don't know what other characters they'd be. Like, that they'd be in this story. I don't remember any being mentioned anyway. I finally found you. We're completely caught off guard by that voice and spin around. It's the Class A homeroom teacher. Oh shit, I forgot she existed. Alright, cool. There you are. I've been looking all over for you. I'm so sorry, we were really busy. Kyo plays it smooth. And then has an orgasm, apparently. The Class A teacher runs to Kotomi out of breath. Your legal guardian arrived at the school earlier. Oh yeah, I forgot, you must have one of those. Was that your maid? Has your maid decided to pick you up? It's an urgent matter, so can you meet with him right away? Okay. Kotomi's expression darkens upon hearing about her legal guardian. Is this still going to go on, like, for longer than 20 minutes? How? What could you possibly shove in? I realised something. Your legal guardian. Is it that guy? I ask her this and she... Who the hell are you on about? We haven't any guys or anything, have we? Again, she nods. It must be that gentleman who said he worked with Kotomi's parents. Man, that was been ages ago. I don't remember that. Hey, are you talking about that bad guy? He's not exactly a bad guy. But he's your legal guardian, right? So he's someone who looks after you? I look at Kotomi. As if she doesn't know what to do, she refuses to move. Shit. She seems like a completely different person from when she was talking with the group earlier. You don't want to see him? It seems like she doesn't even know how to answer. Can we do this another day? No, according to him, it has to be today, on your birthday. You must suffer because you were born. You were born now. Yima, shenzai. That was Japanese and Chinese, respectively. It must be something pretty important. Besides, even if she puts it off for now, it's something that she'll have to face eventually. Okay. Kyo is thinking of something, her hand on her chin, like a weirdo. Excuse me. We would like to attend too, so please ask him to come to the drama club room. Yeah. That's a bit much, don't you think? No, it's fine, it's normal. This is a private matter for Ichinose-san, so I couldn't... The Class A teacher seems reluctant. Can I go too? It'd be weird if the club president didn't go. Oh, that's what Tomoe said. Oh, Nichan, can I go too? You two don't need permission. Would you prefer to have everyone go with you, Ichinose-san? Appalled by the crowd's absurd demands, the teacher asks Kotomi directly. Kotomi nods, acting much more decisively than earlier. Alright, I suppose that might be for the best. She agrees to it without any further argument. She must already know about the strange relationship between Kotomi and that gentleman. I'll ask him to go to the drama club room, so you should all head there now. After saying that, she runs back to the building. But then she reverses course and comes running back. Where is the drama club room? That's a bit embarrassing. Yeah, no one knows what the fuck are you on about, you drug-dealing psychopath. I guess she wouldn't know. Club president, explain it to her. Oh, yes, the drama club isn't a formal club just yet. Never mind that, just tell her where it is. Oh, yes, Furukawa awkwardly explains, just hearing her directions makes me worry. Kotomi-chan, are you okay? Kotomi is gripping both of her hands tightly together. I can tell she's nervous just by being next to her. Oh dear. Kotomi! I don't know why he's here, but we're with you, so it's going to be okay. I won't let him do anything bad to you. That's right, don't worry about it. If he's trying to bully you, I'll make him pay for it. Okay, just please don't kill anyone. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna slug you right between the eyes. Okay, with what gun? Do you have a gun? Is that legal in Japan? I don't think it is. Or it is for a select few people, I hear. Come on, let's go. She's ready for battle. Alright, it's time to start that Final Fantasy VII action. Right this way. Excuse me. Following the teacher, the gentleman enters the room. Ichinose-san. Oh good, she's here. And these children would like to be present as well. Is this where the gentleman says he's pregnant or something? I see. They do appear to be good friends of hers. Kotomi refuses to look at the two of them as they talk. Because Kyo told everyone that he was some bad guy, the entire drama club room has taken on an awkward atmosphere. The gentleman bows deeply to us. I am appointed as Kotomi Ichinose's legal guardian. I would like to thank you all for treating her well. Now it's time to go to America. It's time to become fat. He's acting so amicably and seriously toward people significantly younger than himself. He doesn't seem like a bad guy after all. I just give him a minute. Fucking okay. Kyo whispers to me. I told you he wasn't. Noticing me, the gentleman smiles. His coat is folded over his left arm, and he's holding what appears to be a beryllium suitcase in his right hand. Oh! Next to me, Kotomi makes a noise. That's... The gentleman nods in silence. He takes the suitcase and places it on top of a desk. Everyone is staring intently at it. The suitcase seems to have taken a beating. The corners are dented, the metal is dull and lusterless, the plastic handle is scratched up and the hinges are rusted. I feel like I should know what this is, but I don't. Simple wear and tear wouldn't explain its condition. Even if you travel the world for years with this suitcase, Kotomi is right next to me. Is she? Okay. I notice that her shoulders are trembling. She approaches the suitcase as if drawn to it, but then she resists and jerks away. Now that I think about it, wasn't there like a... Oh, it was the dad's suitcase, wasn't it? Because he was like, I'm going to put these important documents in. And then he fucking eats them or something. It's like an invisible wall stands between them. She grabs the edge of my uniform instead. It's Daddy's suitcase. Yeah, I remember that now. The gentleman nods deeply, and this is the documents that are more important than Mummy and Daddy's life. It's arrived at the laboratory late last night. Where the fuck has it been all this time? I opened it and confirmed that this is the case the professor was carrying when he boarded the airplane. That's why I've brought it to you. I had to deliver it to you today at all costs. Kotomi is staring at the old tattered suitcase. She's still holding on to my uniform. She must be mentally working out what to say right now. After a while, Kotomi says to the gentleman, Is the research paper in there? It seems that she's suppressing her emotions on purpose, like it doesn't concern her. The gentleman doesn't answer her. He continues to stare at Kotomi with an inscrutable expression on his face. Kotomi-kun, open the suitcase and see for yourself. Kotomi's whole body tense. What if the fucking violin was in there and the guy was like, Yeah! You got your violin back, bitch! Alright, what we got? Kotomi. I softly put my hand on Kotomi's head. Inside the suitcase must be the personal effects left behind by her parents. No matter what they are, even if they only dredge up sad memories for Kotomi, even if they only reaffirm that her parents will never return, Kotomi must face them for herself. I'm here with you. I didn't realize I would say those words. You should have said we're all here with you. Right behind her, Furukawa and Fujibayashi are nodding. Kotomi nods to us. Alright, and what's in there? Can I see an image of the papers? I don't think so. She lets go of my uniform. She slowly inches closer to the suitcase. We all watch her. Kotomi places her hands on the suitcase. There's a snapping noise as she unlatches the clunky lock. She places her slender fingers on the lid and slowly opens it. The suitcase opens wide. Inside the suitcase is stuffed with what at first glance appears to be a brown woolen blanket. For some reason, it's gazing kindly back at Kotomi with eyes that don't exist. Right? Oh, I got the teddy bear. That's a bit fucking heartbreaking. Oh, Kotomi's eyes are frozen, completely fixed on it. She can't believe what she's seeing. Its thick fur is filthy, but it is indeed a teddy bear. It looks so tame, as if it's just waiting to be picked up. In the space between the teddy bear and the lid of the suitcase rests a piece of paper. On seeing the paper, Kotomi picks it up. Sand that must have gotten inside the suitcase crumbles away. The pieces of paper is actually a Western-style envelope. It's faded, dirty, and wrinkled. We all look at it over Kotomi's shoulder. There are words written on it. If you find this suitcase, please take it to our daughter. K&M Ich. The scribbled handwriting appears to have been written with a soft pencil. Whoever wrote it must have been in a hurry because the signature is cut off. What does it mean? Don't ask me. I'm sorry, I don't know either. Rio, do you know? Me? If you find this suitcase... If you find this suitcase, please take it to our daughter. Kotaro Ichinose and Mizue Ichinose. So the K&M at the end are... As if answering herself, Kotomi nods. They always sign their joint research papers like this by hand. No one says anything. The teddy bear in the suitcase looks like a bored actor waiting for his turn. Was this written by your mother and father? Oh, but I thought your parents were, for a long time, What's going on? You have to explain it to us. Threaten me all you want, but I don't know what's going on. Will you allow me to explain? Everyone turns to the gentleman as he speaks in his gentle voice. This suitcase did belong to the Ichinoses. We know that they brought it into the cabin as a carry-on, and unfortunately, they were caught in an accident. The gentleman looks down at the open suitcase. What happened after that is merely supposition. Whatever. The suitcase must have been thrown out of the airplane from the shock of the crash, because it was light, it didn't sink with the rest of the airplane. It must have floated in the water for some time. The suitcase eventually washed ashore in some faraway country that we won't specify. The accident must have been long forgotten by the time that happened. Someone must have found the suitcase and opened it. Inside, they found a teddy bear and an envelope. They could have discarded it or even kept it for themselves. But the one who found it did not do that. That person must have entrusted the suitcase to someone else. That must have thought that the owner that had lost something very precious. And the suitcase was passed from hand to hand, from nation to nation. No one can say anything. When he sees us staring, the gentleman laughs bashfully. I don't think my conjecture is very far from the truth. I have an acquaintance who knows quite a lot about minerals. I had him test the sand inside the suitcase. It's most likely from a desert deep in the heart of Africa. I cannot even begin to imagine the paths the suitcase must have taken through there. But there are indications that people have tried to repair both the stuffed animal and the suitcase. I looked at the weathered suitcase again. It looks like a traveller who had just returned home from a very long trip after having many different experiences. Kotomi is staring at the teddy bear. The fake black eyes appear to be smiling at her. There's something I want to tell you, Kotomi-kun. The gentleman tries to explain something. The envelope you burned back then. You must not have known what was inside of it. Kotomi's expression became filled with tension. It was... She answers in a quiet voice. It was a copy of my parents' research paper. The gentleman slowly shakes his head. I looked at the burnt remains and knew right away. A copy of their paper wasn't in there. There was no copies of the paper to begin with. Then what was inside? The gentleman answers the confused Kotomi. It was a catalogue of stuffed animals that the professor had obtained. I remember it even now. It was a few days before the special lecture had been scheduled. He usually never spoke of his family, so it was a rare occurrence. He told us that his daughter had asked him for a present for the first time. He said that's why he had to give her the best possible present. He was so happy as he spoke of it. He must have been carefully considering which present to choose. That's right. The adults had been telling her that to Kotomi as she cried. This wasn't it. You don't need to cry. This was something for you. But you were inconsolable at the time and would not listen to us. In the end, we wanted to correct this misunderstanding. But we didn't think you would believe us, and we were afraid that it would become a further burden to you. But I think you will believe us now. Kotomi quietly listens as the gentleman explains. Her eyes are just like those of when she was a child. She fearfully turns her gaze downward. There's no doubt that a teddy bear is in the suitcase. But then where is the research paper? Where is my parents' research paper? I thought it was in the suitcase. The gentleman smiles softly. Open the envelope. He speaks gently and with certainty. Kotomi tears open the envelope as she's told. Inside is a single sheet of notepaper. Oh! She lets out a quiet cry. Kotomi remains motionless and stares intently at the words written on the sheet. It feels as if time has stopped. She begins to read slowly. Dear Kotomi, the world is beautiful, even when it is filled with sadness and tears. You must keep your eyes open. Do you think they wrote this when they were crashing to their deaths? They knew they were going to die or some shit. Do what you want. Be what you want. Find your friends. There's no need to hurry to grow up. The way it's written makes it sound like a poem. The hand holding the notepaper begins to tremble. This is Daddy's handwriting. Oh, really? She looks back to the paper. This is the teddy bear we found at the souvenir shop. We looked everywhere, but this is the largest one we could find. We didn't have time, so we couldn't send it from the airport. My dearest Kotomi, happy birthday. That's all. Kotomi traces the words on the paper with a fingertip. It's as if she's just found a sort of warmth in them. This is Mummy's handwriting. Mummy and Daddy. There you go. Together forever, I guess. Kotomi lets go of the paper and it falls to the desk. I look at the writing. There are 2 distinct handwriting styles and a dozen or so lines that are faded and worn away here and there. These are the final words the mother and father wrote to their daughter. They must have written these words in the cabin amidst the chaos in the short time before the plane crashed into the water. But they don't appear to have been written in a rush or in confusion. There's no fear, no regret, and no despair anywhere in the messages. The words are written in the same calm and composed voices they used to answer their daughter's innocent questions. I guess you technically know that from hanging out with them for a bit. Then the writing is soft and round, as if they were telling their daughter where to find her afternoon snack. It's obvious just from looking at the suitcase. This suitcase must have originally held stationery and their father's other belongings. His research paper must have been in it too. When they realized that they didn't have much longer to live, Kotomi's parents tossed everything out of the suitcase without hesitation. Oh, so it was... Wait, so it was thrown out like, oh, we're crashing, I guess we'll do it now. Really? Okay, maybe they knew that they were about to die. Then they put the stuffed animal in the case and wrote this letter together. They did this for Kotomi. They did this to give a birthday present to their precious daughter, who they valued more than their own lives. Listen, Kotomi-kun. The research paper is right here. What you see before you is the greatest paper the Ichinoses spent their lives completing. The gentleman says that proudly. I can tell that his eyes are moist behind his glasses. I can guarantee you this. I have never encountered any words more beautiful than these. The Ichinoses, your father and mother, had prayed only for your happiness. Well, there you go. And then, I think I'm going to end the episode here, because again, I don't know how long this is going to take, and honestly, I want this to end on a short episode now. I like it when the episodes end shortly for the ending, so then you'll know that it's going to be the end of Ichinose stuff. But, well, it's nice that we're getting the conclusion there, but what's going to happen next? Is it literally going to be goodbye, and then like a 10-second episode, or are we going to get like another fucking huge chunk about how Kotomi was a lesbian gangster when she was 12? I guess we'll see that in the next episode. But if you want to play the game for yourself and see what happens, there'll be a link to the game in the description down below. Without further ado, look out for my books, subscribe to the channel next time. See ya!